believe. Okay, I think I'm seeing some stuff rolling through here. While we're waiting, give us confirmation that the audio, all that kind of stuff is coming through. While we're waiting for that, please go to hankstrange.com. Sign up for the email list. Get on the email list. Go to Lola's Deals. Lola's always posting stuff up there. Of course, you can go to, I don't know if there is a babyfaceP.com.
There is, of course.
There's an official babyfaceP.com?
It leads to my Facebook, I think, currently.
Okay, or Pornhub, one of those.
I can make it direct to Pornhub if you want.
No, thank you. Go to Babyface go to Safety Harbor as well, Safety Harbor Firearms as well. Go there. Let's see. Everything's coming up now, I think. We want to thank Walther Arms for sponsoring the show. Thanks to Walther. Thanks for you guys for being here. I keep forgetting to press the open button. I'm going to press the open button right now. Let's see if it works.
Welcome
there you go.
Back
my mouth.
to the Hank Strange
No one can
Situation.
see you, Walter. No one can see you.
Lifestyles of the
Make sure you
modern era.
subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified. Jazz hands. Come on with the jazz hands, people. Let's do it. Get the jazz hands going. I hope you got your big girl Monday panties on. It's Monday. I know. Not everyone's ready for it to be Monday. Me neither.
Is it still a COVID-19 Monday?
I think so. Hell yeah, man. We're never getting out of this thing. We are trapped. The planet Earth has been destroyed by an asteroid, and all of us, we're just lingering ghosts. We don't know that it's the end of no. Okay, this is comedy. Don't take us off the air.
I got your lingering ghost right here.
Yeah. So this is episode 568 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, otherwise known as WMMF. WMMF, there you go. It's Free For All Monday. We've got Walter of Safety Harbor Firearms. There he goes. Look at Walter. You can always tell a Walter by the massive cranium. Which somehow he's able to get a Tyven hat on. So I don't know.
Well, Tyven's in the chat. I know. I've seen him out there.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I don't know how that's possible. And then we've also got Babyface P, who's rocking the Brownells.
I love this hat. It fits so nicely.
Yeah, that's a good looking hat. Listen, you know what? Before we even get deep into anything, do you guys know that our friend, most of the time, when he's on his medication, we're very friendly with him, Richard Hughes. He actually officially got his Bureau of Propaganda stuff.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
You didn't see that?
No,
I saw a picture on. I saw some picture.
Yeah, we gotta represent. Where's my proper? I don't know where the proper. Yeah, there we go.
Upside
I don't know. Patrick doesn't have his flag because it's downstairs in the shop.
It's in the garage. Yep.
He keeps it in the shop. There you go. There's Walter's. Here's mine. I guarantee you, mine is not gonna be the right side up. Is it the
there
right
it
side?
is.
Oh
Boom.
yeah, there you go. Boom. Okay, so we're flying the flag for Richard Hughes. He's joined the ranks.
He's a brother.
Yeah, he's official now, and I think that means we have to haze him. He must be. Now he has to be hazed by all,
I think there's,
all
and
rights.
not to say that Richard was involved with it by any means, but
Right.
there's a story on Fox News that I kept passed over. I didn't stop and look at it about I guess University of Kentucky cheerleaders being hazed and nudity and things like that.
Cheerleaders
Yeah, cheerleaders, University of Kentucky.
hazing the women doing evil
Women's!
stuff. It's only men that are supposed to be evil, not women.
Oh,
Women are supposed to not have an evil bone in their body.
You have heard of Eva Peron, right?
Yes. Also, it's the origin. See, people always say if the planet only had women on it, there would be no war.
Shit,
Tell me right now who
Phillips
believes
is like
that.
Captain
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Do you really think that would be true? Do you think first of all, women are sometimes, mostly, I'm not even going to say sometimes, mostly the reason why we go to war.
Historically,
Not in modern times.
Yes.
Not in modern times.
What? Not in modern times.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure if we think about it long enough, we could find a reason in modern times that we went to war. Flying
Talking
rich
about modern times, like,
over the ladies.
Yeah.
When's modern times to you, Walter? Since they build the pyramids?
let's say post World War II.
Oh, World War II. Yeah, I guarantee you we could find a time post World War II that we've gone to war because of women, or that there was somewhere at the heart of it. So Richard Hughes, he gave us $5. He says thanks for the shout out. Can the hazing be full auto?
No, you don't want that, Richard.
Yeah, you don't understand how hazing works. That's not how hazing works. Kathleen Music Lover, shout out to her. She's a lady. She says, go to war for money. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Yes. Okay, modern times. We go to war for oil a lot.
Yes.
That's an excuse, probably, more than anything.
Yeah.
Because
we don't want to use our own oil. Right?
Yeah, that's another excuse, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe today on this show we could solve all the reasons for war, and we can end all war around the world. Jason St. Pierre, we can do it. We can do it, babyface. Jason St. Pierre says war is all about greed and oil today. Yeah, you know. So if it's about greed, the money, like why do people get money? Let's ask that. Before we move on from this, why do we need money? What do we need money for?
We want things.
Things. What do we do with the things?
You exchange money for stuff.
Yeah,
with
right.
Things like that, yeah.
What things? What things we try? We peacock with the things for the ladies.
Peacock? Oh, are you calling a peacock?
No, but you understand what? Okay, that means we show off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we show off for the things for the ladies. That's why we get the things. Otherwise, we don't need anything. You know.
All right.
All we need is food, really. I guess.
There's actually a technical question in the chat.
Oh, we're gonna get technical.
Not to shut you down or nothing, but it's getting too deep too fast. Okay.
All right.
It's
okay.
Monday.
Fine,
it's
Walter.
not supposed to. It's like Friday. Just keep it light.
Okay, Walter Sabi. What is the question?
Let's not get into this. For 7.62 by 39, 14.5-inch welded brake or 16-inch barrel.
This is from John Swat.
I gave you $2.
Swat. He gave us $2. Yeah. The question. Okay, let me throw this up here again. 7.62 by 39, 14.5 with welded brake or 16-inch. Okay, I'm gonna Let's see. What do you think, babyface?
It's such a hard choice. Shorter is always better. That's how I feel.
Never mind. Forget it.
He's trying to make the world believe that, Patrick.
Are you trying to just look cooler, or are you just have a barrel?
I guess there's a reason why the Russians went with 16-inch barrels. So probably the best for the caliber.
Powder burn.
Yeah, that's. I'm guessing that's the full powder burn at 16.
AK's still blasting out flame at 16 inches, but yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you've got a welded brake on it, I'm assuming that you're putting a suppressor over that, or no? I don't know.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
For example, in AR-15, if you get a M4 barrel, it's 14 or 14.5, whatever. You have to have it welded on to be legal.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Painted and welded.
Or SBR.
Yeah. Lots of people do that.
I can't. The idea of getting an SBR just because you have a 14-inch barrel just kind of befuddles me, because it's like, what difference does it make? Well, it's 14.
Yeah, that
8.5. There's an article. There's a thing I think it was on the Farms blog or the Truth About Guns about the first NFA paperwork. Mm-hmm. The very first one filed.
Oh yeah, I saw that last week. Yeah.
And that was for a short barrel rifle with a 15 instead of 16-inch barrel.
What?
Yeah.
Talk about a useless.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Pro 2A says the AK doesn't need the 16-inch as much as M4. And Boss Hog says, he gave us $5. He says, Hank, I'm having some of my SSI stimulus and tax money. He's giving us some of the stimulus, the tax money. Thank you. Appreciate that.
There you go.
Yeah. So you haven't answered anything. You guys are supposed to be the AK experts. People wait until Monday to talk to BFP and Walter Keller about their AK issues, and you people aren't answering anything.
Is this in an AR form platform? I mean, why?
No, I don't think. Well,
Oh, okay. Well, I just, on an AK, yeah, AK, yeah. I guess they do run with a short. You can shut the barrel down to nothing on an AK and they'll run.
So
but
the reason for the meltdown of Walter's brain is that Walter, you're a traditionalist, so it's some part of your brain.
Well, I mean, at that point, like an inch and a half, what difference does it freaking make? I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah. How often do we even see this on AKs? Can
Short-barreled AKs?
You guys see it on
where
a
you pin
Hungarian.
it, where you pin the things instead of it, because it's not really a short barrel. It's
If you had a AMD 65,
those are short barrels.
Short barrel, then you have to make that original military barrel legal without paperwork. You have to attach a brake and permanently, put a long brake on it and permanently attach it.
Yeah.
Or flash suppressor, whichever your choice is. But
yeah.
I'm gonna plead the Fifth Amendment on this one.
Oh wow. Okay, so Patrick, you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna go 14 pinned, but pin it if you're gonna pin it 14 and a half pinned and welded. If you're gonna pin it, use something that you can turn into a suppressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a brake that. Yeah, suppressor.
Yeah, you can get a suppressor for.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you're not, but I think the reason why it's so difficult for these guys to come up with a thing on here, because if you're really not putting a suppressor on it, what is that inch difference going to do for you?
Nothing. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
No.
So, I mean, really, if you want an AK, but you want it to be shorter, just like is a bullpup? I know everyone's going to get mad.
This conversation has just ended, and we move along.
Seriously? Okay. Apparently,
Well, first thing, okay, let's back up, Hank.
So now I can't talk about
bullpups available. There
What?
are no AK bullpups available, so that's not an option.
Yep.
Okay, well that's true.
See,
If you want to be logical,
let's come back to
something.
reality. Let's go
all
back
right,
to reality.
fine. Yeah. So wait, there's no 7.62 bullpups?
I'm not aware of.
Oh, okay. I know. I mean, and they don't make the 7.6, 74 or 5.45 bullpups either anymore, right?
Nope.
They did, like, the Groza was a thing that was in 9x39. You could either get that in 5.45 or 9x39, but like that never made it out of Russia. So trying to get hands on a Groza is like impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anybody ever made a bullpup 7.6239.
Oh, okay. Walter, you know your next mission. So hold on a second here. Let me get to this question from Steve Dave. He says, where are the new Hank Strange patches? He says he looked on the .com, didn't find them. That can't be. Lola, I'll see if I can get Lola to check on that. But yeah, these are on the .com. Go into merchandise.
If only the namesake of the website ran his own website, you could be able to.
I do run the websites. What are you talking about?
Lola's the boss of the business.
Well, right now, I mean, I can't go look on the website right now. We're doing this. This is important work. This is important work. Okay, Okay, I was gonna ask you guys how your weekend was. Now I'm not doing that. Let's go look on the website and see where. For the patches.
He has a list of things he wants to do, and you just can barely shot it down.
Hold on, what are you saying, Lola?
At the top it says merch.
Yeah, Lola says it should be under the merch tab. Let me see. I'm gonna go look at the website right now. Let's run this page in here so people can see it. You guys can go on the adventure with us all right now. So Hank Strange here. Let's take a journey. So Lola says there's a tab that says merch right there, merch store. Click on that tab.
If you scroll, I put some handsome pictures.
Scroll, there you go. So there's
in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Handsome pictures.
So if you click on this patch thing or right here, shop morale patches, etc.
Click on that.
Yeah. Did you plant this person to ask this question?
I did not.
Okay,
great.
Then you scroll.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There's the patches.
And there you have
Jason
them.
St. Pierre says, "Poor Hank, just the mascot."
Oh boy. Okay, so yes, the patches are there, and we'll have other patches We'll do other patches also. So there you go. I don't know. Hopefully we answered that question. Now you know where to go get the patch. So I'm gonna get other patches in here as well. So we'll be making patches here. There you go. See that? We helped someone. Now, how was your weekend?
Are you asking this now? Or
Yes. I'm asking you. How was your weekend? Who wants to go first? Who did something for the weekend?
I got some videos done. One went live this morning, and we did some shooting. We rebuilt the range. We had a busy weekend.
Holy cow! That means I need to come out and destroy it.
It's ready for some more destroying.
Okay, good.
Flamethrowers and 50 cals.
Patrick on his own knows how to destroy the range. Okay, he doesn't need any help from you.
Oh, so you got fresh wood then, huh?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Got some fresh wood over the weekend.
No, I think I picked up that wood a long time ago when Patrick was helping to rebuild the little deck bridge thing. Yeah. And then actually Patrick came over on Friday, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On his own, Walter.
That was the
I think
AR.
It was just him and Neckbone out there.
Suppressed AR video.
Oh yeah. That M16.
The snippet, the little teaser, the little.
The teaser, the M16.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. You know what we need to do? I need to come out there. You need to bring that. That can mounts on a certain can though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That one does.
Okay. I mean, a certain break. That mounts on a certain
you guys were someone asked us about length. You asked the wrong people. Patrick has an AR that's freaking 30 inches long. You asking the wrong guys about length.
20-inch barrel.
20-inch barrel and at least a 6-inch, maybe 8-inch suppressor on the end, and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, that's old school, man. That's how they started. Man.
Oh my God, it's huge.
I bet it's quiet.
That's what she said right there.
Oh, it's quiet and it doesn't have.
I think your audio's going out, Patrick. Your audio.
It's quiet. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's quiet and gas isn't as bad.
I should bring out my the Colt 16-inch lightweight AR that I have. And we should try it on that, but you'd have to have a brake. You'd have to have the brake.
We can take the brake off and put it on that.
And compare the sound difference if there's any.
Ray O'Shields wants to know what cam were you using on that AR?
That is a Silencer Co. Omega 30.
There you go.
So that's a 30 cal can.
30 cal. Yep.
Yeah. Silencer Co. Omega 30. There you go. That's out of his Silencer Co. collection.
And then on Friday we got the range fixed up, so it's got new wood, some nice shiny new wood, repainted the steel, hung the steel, and moved all the old tires out of the way.
Did you get rid of the tires?
I drug them off to the side because they're not needed now. I set the range up so you don't need the tires.
Okay, this is why Patrick is just equally as annoying as Lola to me. Why did you move my tires? And how did I not even notice my tires got moved?
That was important to you then. You didn't even notice, did you?
The tires are there for weights, and you don't need them when you set the steel up correctly.
Oh, what are you trying to say?
Saying, when you put these in and you set it where it's sitting correctly, it won't fall over. If we
fired an ass missile.
If we shoot it like sometimes to throw it away, it may fall over, but Walter, bring a 50. We'll see if we can knock him over with a 50.
By the way, Lola, that was Walter that mentioned ass missiles. That wasn't me.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's Walter.
Forgive me, Lola.
One demerit for Walter for mentioning ass missiles. And
Saturday,
again, ass missiles.
We're going to try to get Lola next weekend to come with us. We went blueberry picking, and it was awesome.
Oh, yeah? Where was that at?
Red, White, and Blue Farms in Williston. It's out in Williston, and man, they were good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just a little curious here. Did you bring blueberries for anyone else?
Did I bring them?
Yes. I didn't get any blueberries. I saw you today. You didn't bring any, and now you got no audio. I didn't hear what you said.
Does Buckshot eat a blueberry?
Yeah. Does Buckshot?
He would.
I see him back there.
He would have.
He's sleeping.
Hanging out.
Yeah, Buckshot's in his little bean bag right now. Sleeping. Yeah. So, okay, basically your answer to that question was no. You didn't bring blueberries for anyone else.
They're gone. They're eaten. They're all gone.
Oh, okay. That was so. That's cool, right? Blueberries. What's Walter? What are you doing?
It's not a gun.
Okay.
But
is that something I've been?
Oh, this is what you did over the weekend?
No, this is parts I was looking for that I found. They were right in front. They were right in front of my face, and I didn't even realize it.
So bad.
The little.
This is a kit.
It was a parts kit originally. Yeah, this is a Scorpion parts.
Oh, okay.
Original Scorpion, not plastic Scorpion, but
the little tiny little baby, Scorpion.
Yeah, the little baby 32 caliber Scorpion. I found the parts I was looking for.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They're not making. No, they're not making those.
Yes.
They are.
The Czechs the Czechs still make a semi-auto version, which I have that too, but I won't show that because we're not allowed.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Please, we don't need any help from you and other people.
But that barrel would be really nice to thread and put a can on. That would be a good one for a can.
Machine that does that now. I'm pretty good at it.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, why not make an integrally suppressed barrel?
Because
get out of here.
You wouldn't gain anything, Hankstrain.
Why not? Of course, yes, you would gain something. You'd have a quiet barrel.
You only got a little bitty stub of a barrel sticking out.
Just put a wet wipe thing. Put one of the make it wet wipes.
Wet wipes, so like baby wipes?
No, what's the you've got the little suppressor that's got the little.
You take it apart and you put wet wipes in it. It makes it real quiet.
Yeah.
I actually have an idea. Well, I'll chat with you guys in person about it.
Yeah. What's that little tiny suppressor thing that you have called?
Oh God, what is that called? That would go really well on this gun because it's tiny.
Yeah. And what does it use? Doesn't it use some wipes?
It uses wipes. It's a wiped can.
Yeah.
Well, it uses a single wipe, not multiple.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's the name of that can?
I can't.
Poseidon.
Oh,
Poseidon.
yeah. Right. Yeah, I knew it had something to do with the oceans.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay. Let's see here. Brian Quick says, engineer Hank is not. No, I'm here for the brainstorms. That's what I'm here for. I come up with the ideas. So, for example, I come up with the idea of ass missiles. Somebody else figures out how that works.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure that, is it John Ford? What was the name of the guy that founded Ford Motor Company?
Henry Ford?
Henry Ford. Yeah. Henry Ford basically said he didn't have to know how to engineer stuff. He had buttons. He pushed the buttons. Dudes came in, and he was like, I have this idea. Ass missiles. How do we make that happen?
Make it work.
Go.
Yeah. You hire people to do that.
The next thing you know, production line with those.
Henry Ford, he was quite the fellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
make him. Okay, go ahead.
No, I won't. No, I was
Patrick
going to digress.
Just reminded me. I was looking at. This is going to sound really, really random and crazy.
Oh, here we go.
But over the weekend, I was looking at the Scoob movie. Do you know what the Scoob movie is about?
No. I see it advertised on Amazon, and I have no idea what it is, other than it's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. It's a Scooby-Doo. It was Scooby-Doo movie came out.
That's all it is, just a new Scooby-Doo movie?
Yeah, but it never went to the movie theaters, so you can watch it because there is no movie theaters are now a thing of the past, apparently. So we're never going to go to movie theaters ever again. But anyway.
that concept, it's like they said all the malls were going to go away. Mm-hmm. That was another thing, too. And the movie theaters haven't went away. There's just less of them. Mm-hmm. And the malls haven't went away. There's just less of them.
I don't know. People are like panicking. They don't want to go and spend time at an establishment out where they actually have to like touch anything.
I don't know. People are out here. People are out.
I feel like Gainesville people are out too, but no one's going. I don't think you're allowed. I don't think movie theaters are allowed to be open right now.
I mean,
I know it's ridiculous.
It's silly.
Sure.
It's silly. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not saying I approve of that message, but no, there's no movie theater. So anyway,
Brick says in the chat, did Shaggy have gills?
We didn't do a study. It's 3D. Actually, it was a good movie. It was a good... So let me ask this question first. Who, as a kid growing up, watched Scooby-Doo cartoons?
I watched Scooby-Doo when it was...
Babyface doesn't even know what Scooby-Doo is.
Oh, no. I watched the originals. The ones from the 60s.
Yeah, the old...
Oh, yeah.
The
I
60s,
did too
70s.
in the 60s.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Walter watched it when it was
a kid,
live.
When I was a child.
It was live on air when Walter watched it. They played the music and everything. You had to have a guy in your house playing the music.
That's when you had to watch Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think Walter Saturday mornings are still... No, I don't know. Do we have...
No, there ain't no
Saturday
cartoons
morning?
on Saturday morning.
Okay, I guess that's over now.
I don't think so. I don't know. I never looked.
I don't... Well, yeah, I don't even look at regular TV all like that anymore, so I don't know if cartoons are a thing on Saturday morning anymore.
Very rarely am I on one of the ABC, NBC, CBS things. So.
Yeah. I put on... So I have an antenna. I don't pay for cable. Cut that cable thing years ago. But I do have an antenna, and I put it on in the morning, and it stays on until they annoy me, which typically is about 30 seconds.
Oh, 30.
The minute I start getting annoyed by them, I'm like, and I'm going to YouTube right now.
I grew up watching... When my dad watched the news, he watched all 3 networks. Because they were staggered, then there was one that had like a delay or whatever. My dad would, if it was 3 network news, he watched all 3 of them.
Yeah, but back then it was interesting, and even though people have always had their own political leanings, it was more informational. They investigated stuff.
They had also, say for example, CBS had a bureau in Lebanon or in Beirut, or they had a bureau in Egypt and in Cairo. So you saw stuff that was going on in other parts of the world, like protests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't see that shit no more because they don't care no more.
No, they don't show you anymore. By the way, smash the thumbs ups out there. Okay, so listen, we all saw, everyone on here looked at Scooby-Doo as one of the cartoons, right?
That was my go-to cartoon as a kid. Like my favorite cartoon was the originals with oh god, what's the guy's name that played Shaggy?
The,
He was the radio announcer.
Yeah, Dick Clark. No, not Dick Clark.
No, get out of here.
American, what was American? No.
American Top 40 guy.
Yes.
Lebanese American.
Oh, crap.
Somebody's going to yell it out. Like, there are people yelling right now.
Yeah, before he passed away, he kind of...
I thought it was Dick something.
No. He shit all over the country before.
Casey Kasem.
Yeah,
Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem.
Kasem, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No one else has a voice like...
Casey Kasem.
Yeah, Casey Kasem.
American Top 40 is still on.
Yep.
They still play that shit. Those heirs are still making money off of Casey Kasem, you know?
Yeah. So, okay, if you like those, you're actually going to like this movie. Now, this movie was... So, like, I got it on iTunes.
Wait.
I liked it.
You're saying that it reminded you of the 60s cartoons?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to go watch it then.
It was pretty good. Now, it's a little bit expensive because it's in the theater. So, instead of, like, when the movie comes out on iTunes... It's $20. This was $25. But I forced my sons and Lola to watch this.
To sit and watch it with you?
Yeah, we had a big battle last night. Like, they didn't want to watch it. They're like, why do we have to watch it?
Why are we doing this to me?
It was 3D, but they did the 3D just like the cartoons. And they had, like, Captain Falcon in there. They had Dick Dastardly in there. They had Cave. Remember, these are all.
But that's not Scooby Doo.
Yeah, no. That's all '70s cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember, Scooby Doo used to cross. They used to cross the streams with other shows. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that happened.
Not no one.
So now I'm the only person who remembers that. I remember other cartoon characters being on Scooby Doo. Oh yeah. That happened.
I remember them doing. They had guest appearances.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But I don't remember other cartoons.
Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure I remember this. But they had like. So remember, Dick Dastardly had the dog Muttley.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how. No, that's how. No, it's just. This is what reminded me of this. Babyface laughs like that sometimes. But yeah, so they had the Falcon. The Blue Falcon on there. This was really, really good, man. I really enjoyed it. There was some good jokes in that movie. And you would think it would all be like SJW stuff. There was actually some jokes that we would laugh at. in there. So I don't want to ruin it for anyone and give away all the jokes and everything. But I actually thought it was well worth the extra $5 over what you would normally pay. And the kids even liked it. The boys, they're all grown up now, but they actually thought it was fun. It was interesting.
Okay, that's because the last couple Scooby movies have been really kind of iffy.
No, this was cool.
The cartoon now is just not the same.
Cartoons now are crap.
Yeah, that's just garbage.
Look at what they did to not Justice League. What's the other one with Batman with Robin and Teen Titans? So horrible.
Teen Titans.
Yeah, I can't watch Teen Titans from this generation. If you look at the cartoons now, you know why kids are messed up. Just look at a modern cartoon. You're like, oh, this is what's wrong.
They're just not as. I feel like I'm getting old, but it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, even like my sons are 19 and 20, and they don't like the cartoons that kids are watching right now.
When I was a kid, I pretty much grew up on Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like the old 60s cartoons. Mm-hmm. Even then, that's like the heyday of cartoons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, what are you thinking, Walter? You don't agree with us? You think?
Oh no, new stuff. Well, first again, a lot of the new cartoons, the animation sucks bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there is no animation. Yeah, then they all have to be politically correct.
Yeah.
Which is not the way the world works. Trust me, it's not the way the world works.
Nope.
Yeah, and the old stuff was. Some people say, "Oh, I like watching old Bugs Bunny," and that stuff. Oh, that stuff. People say all kinds of stuff about that. As a kid, I didn't see any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That they say as bad, racial or whatever. Blah 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 blah. On and on and on and on. But
yeah,
funny,
I think that so obviously we had race issues back then, but to me, entertainment is an escape. Right? So it's not to say we didn't have TV shows that these things were in, but Saturday morning cartoons, you were meant to wake up and escape a little bit before you go back to the race riots.
This is dating myself, but back in the 70s when the cartoons, in the morning there was the cartoons, and that whole morning ended with the Monkees.
The Monkees.
The Monkees were like the last show on.
Really?
Before you went into noon.
I liked the Josie and the Pussycats cartoon. That was cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good. There were a lot of good cartoons. Like Saturday morning, I would actually wake up early just to get in on the cartoons. Yeah. But I think that this movie was cool because they did Scooby Doo, but it was 3D, but it looked like the way the old cartoon was drawn.
Nice.
And then they had characters from other cartoons that were rolled into this story, and they looked like they were drawn back in the days. So it was really cool. It was nostalgic. I feel like they didn't just make that movie for kids. They made it for. I feel like they were thinking about us when they made this, and not just thinking about who we used to be when we were kids, but who we are now.
Will Forte is Shaggy?
Yeah, he did a good job. He did a good job.
I can't even imagine Will Forte as being Shaggy. Mark Wahlberg is Blue Falcon.
Yeah, yep, he did a good job in there. There was a little bit of SJW stuff in there, but not that much.
One thing I don't like about modern whatever it is, animation or movies like this, they don't. It's not about the movie; it's about the voices.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I don't care. I, as a kid growing up, I didn't know that what's his face did all the Bugs Bunny and all. I didn't know about all that.
Was it Mel Blanc that did all?
Mel Blanc, yeah. I didn't know that stuff wasn't important. That wasn't why I watched it. Yeah. I didn't watch it because.
By the way, the Flintstones was awesome. I love the Flintstones. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Flintstones are good. Yeah.
Jetsons was cool, but I like the Flintstones more.
Yeah, Flintstones are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of this stuff we didn't worry about that. It was like a lot of these things are supposed to be escapism. So if I look at a movie now, this is why I don't really like horror movies. Because I think the world is horrible enough.
Well, garbage. Well, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah. So when I go to the movies, I don't tend to see that. Just like I'll tell you guys, I don't know. You guys could tell me what you think about this. Or actually, everyone out there could say what they want to. I have never, ever seen a Medea movie, ever.
A who movie?
Medea. So
exactly.
Am I saying it wrong? Is it Medea?
Medea, I think.
Is it
I
Medea?
have no idea what you're talking about.
It's like Tyler Perry, right?
Tyler Perry, yes. I've seen Tyler Perry in a movie. I've never looked at a Tyler Perry movie.
Definitely not Medea.
That's like
when he's produced or he's involved.
Yeah, well, usually in those movies he dresses up. I think he retired these movies, but he was like one of the characters in there, and he dressed up as like the old grandma or something like that. And I'm not trying to knock Tyler Perry. He's super wealthy. He's built his own studio out in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's got it going on. Yeah.
But here's why I didn't really look at those. And I look at black movies. There's a ton of black movies I like. I'm a black person. there are a lot of things I avoid if I already live that. You know what I'm saying? If I already lived the drama or the whatever else, this is why I like sci-fi. Help me disconnect my brain by showing me something that's not everyday life that I'm living.
Why do you like Coming to America so much then?
Interesting.
That's
it's
not
Walter?
Serious. I know.
No. You're right there. Coming to America, I live that too.
Yeah,
but you know why I like Coming to America so much? Even though I lived it, it reflects what it is to be an immigrant coming to America to me in a very fun and funny way. I wasn't like a Guyanese prince or anything like that.
There are Guyanese princes?
No.
I thought there was only Nubian princes.
Nubia.
No, there is no Guyanese princes, okay? There's never been royalty over there. But I didn't come from some. I was telling Patrick this weekend. So let me ask this question off all the people who know this. Do you rep for Zamunda or Wakanda? Let me ask you that.
I don't rep for either one of them.
Zamunda or Wakanda, which one do you rep for? Let's see who can answer that. Babyface, you know what I'm talking about. Because
we talked about it for an extended period of time this weekend.
I had to explain it to him. It's one of these things that, when I'm explaining things to him, he's like, listen, this is actually information I didn't ever need to know in my life. So, Walter, you don't know? Okay, so Zamunda...
I know what the Wakanda thing is,
All right, so Zamunda was the fictional country that Eddie Murphy came from in Coming to America.
Oh, okay. That
was the country that he was the Prince of Zamunda. So then Black Panther, their fictional country is Wakanda.
Yeah.
Right? So that prince, obviously Black Panther is a prince of Wakanda. So that's why I always tell people, I rep for... So, I have that thing I got from Sam Andrews that's like a bracelet type of thing. I don't know. I think I have a picture of it somewhere. Anyway, it looks real... to me, whenever I see it, I'm like, oh, here we go. It's in this video that I put up over the weekend of me shooting the Chris Vector. Let me see if I can roll this in.
And I have.
So if anyone wants to know what we're talking about,
can we talk about that too?
Talk about what?
Chris Vector.
The Chris Vector 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After watching that, I look at it and I go, nothing. Okay, if you like the Chris Vector 22, great.
Mm-hmm.
But how much is that gun?
It's like $650.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. It's.
That's what they set the retail at. I'm sure you can get it for like $600. So what's your thing with that?
It kind of defeats the whole purpose of that whole recoil system. Why do you need a?
Doesn't have it.
It doesn't use it, so it just looks like it.
It's all it is. Yeah. It's like to me it'd be equivalent to buying. People buy those GSG MP5 22s.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what exactly? What exactly
you want
is
the
your
look,
problem?
But you don't want to spend the money.
I had ulterior motives, but
right.
I bought. The reason I bought a couple of them because I got the original ones before they changed the design.
Yeah.
Because HK sued.
What's funny, Patrick? He caught me in the Coming to America trap because of what I said, and then you just caught him in the trap.
Let me climb out of that hole. Those guns were only about $350.
Yeah, they're asking too much for this to me.
Right. So I mean, I understand why people that can't have it want to look like they can. I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay, a couple. I think we should get into this because this is more gun related than anything. Let me do this. First of all,
and I know Scooby Doo wouldn't shoot a Chris Vector, so okay.
First of all, smash the thumbs ups. Shooting Gallery NE gave us a couple of bucks here. He says, "Coming to America, one of the best movies." Agreed. Okay, boom. Now we can go on and do some other stuff here. So when I posted something on Twitter, there was a guy who was mad at Chris because they didn't put the vectoring system in there. So this is why I think the point you're bringing up, Walter, is a good conversation starter. So I had a whole long Twitter thing with him where he's like, well, I would have bought this, but they didn't put the vectoring system in it.
There's no use for it in that gun.
I was like, dude,
it doesn't do anything.
It's a 22.
It wouldn't do anything.
You know the problem, though, is there's no use for that system in a semi-auto gun.
Right.
This was what I said to him. I was like, 9mm semi-auto doesn't need a vectoring system. So definitely 22. The Chris Vector, and I'm not trying to knock Chris. We've had him on the show. I've done lots of videos with him. I think the full auto Chris Vector, integrally suppressed, one of the best guns.
That is the best submachine gun. The best 45 submachine gun out there right now is a Vector. That is
that uses that system.
Yeah, and blame the ATF and politicians for why we can't all have machine guns.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Because that is the machine gun to have. That thing, spitting through 30 rounds in like 3.5 seconds. Yep.
Yeah. Because if you get a regular semi-auto one, I don't know what you don't really need the vectoring system in there.
Nope.
It's all right. It's cool.
If you want it, great. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I wish they would at least give us double tap, but apparently, unless you get a binary trigger. Doesn't someone make a binary for those?
That's not the. Well, I guess you could get semi-close with a binary, but it's just not the same as just pulling that trigger back.
Like double tap in a Chris Vector is amazing. Like we shot a 45 full auto. Oh my God. Yeah, that double tap is just amazing. Like
so fast.
Yeah, or the triple tap. Well, yeah, you need full auto. You need full auto in those. Once
again, my opinion on the 20. If you want to get one and have your Chris Vector moment, then go for it.
Well, but what I was saying to you, Walter, like this guy was mad that they didn't do it. So I said, like, why would they do it? It's a 22. It doesn't need it. He was like, yes, but if they would have put the vectoring system in this, then kids could have used it. I was like, kids, it's a 22. The kids, there's no recoil.
Yeah.
Let me get my. You guys have both shot my East German AK-22 full auto trainer.
Yes. Oh, that's an amazing.
It has no recoil. Zero. Okay.
Another gun that every single person on the planet should be able to have, right there. Right.
That's a cool full auto.
Yeah. Okay, Walter. This is where you try to be humble. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, just my personal opinion. I saw that and I go, why do you? Hopefully it doesn't have that. It's like, okay, what else? 22. Blink, blink.
It's a cool gun. Patrick and I shot it. Patrick, what do you think? I think it's cool.
It's cool. I don't see a problem with owning it. I think it's neat. But it does fall into that category of it just is a shell on the outside of a 22.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. You're getting a 22 that looks like a Chris Vector. That's really all it
feels like.
Feels like a Chris.
And here's the thing. So for example, Chris Vector makes their own airsoft stuff, right? And by the way, yeah, they do.
So they license it or they make their own?
No, I think they make it. They make their own thing. I could be wrong on that, but I think they do. I was talking to Walther today. I've got a catching up with video coming up with Walther, and they also make Walther airsoft pistols. So you can find it on their website and everything. But Chris Vector makes those, so I'm not sure what those are. Let's say those are a couple of $100. Now that you're actually, making a firearm and putting things in there, you're getting a 22. That's probably going to add a little bit to that, right? There's a little bit of something that comes along with it. So I think a regular Chris Vector, I think starts at $1,500. right? So this is around like half
You
of
can
that.
I get them a little less now, but right under that.
Yeah, and I think that depends on like what it is, what it comes with, or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's not bad pricing wise, considering that it actually is a firearm, fires 22. Yes, it doesn't use the vectoring. And by the way, Walter, there's a void where the vectoring thing would be, and someone could probably make some kind of accessory to go in there, like extra
Like
magazines or something.
Like a full auto conversion kit. Just throwing that out there. Put a sear and a trip up in there.
Yes, Walter.
Legally, of course. All legally, of course.
I'm not gonna say no to that.
It'd be amazing. Well,
Yeah.
you need a bigger magazine first.
I would totally volunteer. Anyway, so listen.
We're getting off track.
Yeah. So I think it's not bad. The one thing I would say about it that was bad is that it only comes with 10-round magazines. And there's only one. So, and I was looking, which there's no, like I looked on Chris Vector, you can't get the 10-rounders anywhere. And it's disappointing that, like, because on the Chris Vectors, they basically use Glock magazines, right? And Glock came out with a 22, but yet these two companies didn't work together with this. And that's kind of sad.
It doesn't surprise me with the way that production times go.
Yeah.
Chris had no idea Glock was working on a 22. Glock had no idea Chris was working on a 22, and that probably stretches back 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. So it does. Yeah. It really doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Sir Black Guy says Double Tap makes a binary for the Chris. Also, you're thinking of Crytek for the airsoft one. I have one from KWA when they had the license. Yeah, but I think that Chris is making their own one now. That's why no one else has the license. So
Bruce Ludman, who happy birthday to that dude. He's the guy that made my decals.
Oh, happy birthday, Bruce.
Says, can you make a 1022 full auto? Yes. Absolutely, and they're pretty freaking cool.
They run faster than the magazine can normally.
They will outstrip a magazine because they're.
Yeah.
Now you can put a rate reduce. You can probably put some kind of rate reducer in there so it's a little more manageable. But
yeah.
The best I still have to say though, the best one I've ever shot was BWE Firearms has an M16 22 that he's tuned to work really nicely, like lighter power recoil springs and everything, so it runs great. Oh my god!
I think I shot that, right? Didn't I? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
so
cool.
much fun. Oh.
We've got to get Walter and Richard together. Richard Hoffman. No other Richards will be allowed before anyone asks me.
The grumpy old folks.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
Grumpy young folks. I mean.
Grumpy? Hang on a second.
So you take offense at the grumpiness.
Walter's not usually grumpy. Richard's always grumpy.
Richard's the grumpy one.
Yeah, but if Walter and Richard both happen to be grumpy at the same time, we're going to have a nuclear meltdown.
Grumpy.
So now you don't like that, huh? You don't like being referred to as grumpy?
I'm not usually grumpy. You know. Yeah. Can we talk about the weekend?
Curmudgeon. So hold on one second. Wait. Clover Tax says they said they would have a big magazines at SHOT Show. Then the Rona hit. So
the Rona.
Yeah, the Rona. That's what we're calling
Clover
it.
Tech brought up the fact about Umarex and the air the stuff they build. Umarex makes a bunch of cool. I saw it and I almost bought one. It was like an impulse buy. They make a Thompson BB machine gun that runs off the CO2. I saw that one morning when I was sitting around eating my breakfast before I went to the shop, and I was so close to going bye. Because I watched all the videos of it shooting, and I'm going, man, I could add a CO2 tank to that thing.
Well, auto BB guns are perfectly legal and pretty freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I almost did it. Yeah,
Walter, almost is not good enough, sir. You need to.
Well, if you'd like to give me your credit card number, I'd be more than happy.
There you go.
Okay, I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm not usually like. That was just. I like the Thompson thing because it's like the weight, the feel, the whole 9 yards of a real one. And all the reviews were great on it, so I was like, oh, almost.
Yeah. So here's the things, and I'm gonna have videos coming out for these things at some point here when I actually get around to editing them, which would be, I don't know.
China sent them in Florida.
So guess what?
What?
No, I cannot understand why Glock for the what the hell was it? The Glock 44. They had to make like little tiny ass 10-round magazines. Obviously, I know why, right? They want to sell to California and everywhere else.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't make a bigger one for the rest of the world.
Yeah, same thing for Chris here with the Vector 10-rounders. I know that's to go out everywhere, and we do have bigger ones coming from them. And then Babyface and I shot the Keltec P17, and it's a little tiny ass baby magazine.
That magazine is freaking tiny and 16 rounds.
And amazing.
And it works.
Yeah.
It works great.
It's basically like a little toy. If you pick it up, you're like, wait a second, I could buy this. I could buy a whole gun with this at the dollar store.
It feels like cheap plastic. It's some sort of nylon impregnated plastic. Like you can see the nylon fiber in it.
Did I take a picture of this? Hold on, let me see.
It feels like a dollar store toy for sure.
So no misfires, no funny stuff. No.
There was a couple.
We had a couple of misfires with floor sweepings. There was one particular ammo that it wasn't a fan of, and because I was just using floor sweepings, I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah.
But when we put decent ammo through it, like we did some subsonic Gym Tech, that stuff was great. It ate all of that.
And let's remember that we had the issues. We had the issues with the suppressor on. Video will come for that here in time. So with the suppressor and it dirty. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Patrick.
I'm just saying, I was very impressed.
Yeah.
So was that threaded?
Yep. It's like the Walthers where you can just put the little adapter on the end.
Adapter piece on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll put up a video. Let me see. I think I have a video of me shooting it here. But I'll do something with this and put it up. Yeah, you know what? I was actually that's cool for $199. I don't know what people are buying them for. I honestly haven't seen any of these in stores. So the one I got from my friend Wriggles, the guy who formerly lent me that Walther 380 that just came out. And he said he was running it with all that expensive German stuff, and he had zero problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we used some cheap stuff, and we had a suppressor, and the gun was a little dirty. But we squirted a little bit of lube in there, and then used better ammo, and it was fine. So, those magazines are actually amazing. And if Keltec made those bigger, what is like 16? We can do 32. You can do 90 something.
Just the problem that they're going to run into is spring tension. That's always going to be the issue. Is the longer you make it, you got to have a spring that's tensile enough to push the rounds up, but not too much. Like there's probably perfect formula there somewhere.
Yeah. The Glock should have a real magazine for their gun.
Yeah.
I mean.
I hope. So, and this, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing what Chris Vector does, but it doesn't matter because you won't be able to use the Chris one in anything other than the Vector. It would be awesome if these guys would have gotten together on this.
You know what would work really well, or an idea here? The Glock magazine is a little bit smaller than the Vector magazine. The Vector magazine uses that same size as, like, I think a 9mm mag or maybe a 45. It felt pretty big in hand.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody made a sleeve insert that you would put into the Vector, and then you could use
start printing, Richard. Start printing.
Yeah, to start using different magazines instead. Yeah. Maybe that's an idea.
Yeah.
Because I mean the magwell on the Vector, I'm exaggerating, but it was a big magwell. You could adapt it potentially.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, someone has a comment about this. Rayo Shields says, I bought the Keltec for $170. Ran great as far as running different types of ammo. Just could not get the rear sight far enough to the right for point of impact shift with a can on it.
Okay, I ran into some issues as well where the can I thought shot low, but we didn't put enough ammo through it really precisely to know. It felt like it shot a little low to me, but mileage may vary.
Yeah, and Tyven Show is jumping in with what is every gun guy's favorite trope. The Tyven Show. He says, if that Vector came with a 20 Win mag with a 30 to 60 round mag, I'd buy one. Which I get
I think the biggest trope is does it take Glock mags, and sadly the answer is
yeah. But everyone's like, I would totally get that if it came with that.
Yeah.
So, but obviously we have to look. I would love it if it came with 17 HM 22 mag.
It'd be really neat. Hold on, let me make sure I do this without showing off too much. If it came with night sights, can I make night sights appear?
And we're not gonna
without.
Yeah. So anyway,
without showing off too much.
Yeah, we know what night sights look like, Patrick. We don't have to show us. You don't have to show us.
Well, I'm showing off because I got night sights on the Colt Python right now.
Oh, it's show off time? Okay, it's show off time.
Show off time. But Walter hasn't told us about his weekend yet either.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look, Walter, you stole Patrick's stock. That's amazing.
I'm the one who told him about the stock. He ordered it immediately. I waited, and that's why I just got mine today. In the United States.
So they say.
The United States Postal Service delivered this today.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it's very well made. I'm kind of disappointed in the stock wood color.
I wish they would go a little darker on the wood.
The originals were a little more. I want to say yellower. Yeah. A little more, different shade.
What was that you just said, Patrick? What did you just say?
Go darker.
Go a little darker on the wood.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, this is a folding stock for the Mini 14. Let's get back to gun stuff. This is not a gun for the minders. See, there's nothing in it. Just my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Woo.
Right.
Anyways, yes, I have a Mini 14 that I will be deploying to the stock or putting in the stock, whatever.
Okay. Are you going to make yours full auto?
No.
Oh.
That's called an AC 556.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had an AC 556, it'd be one thing, but I just don't feel like fucking around with pardon me, my French, with a Mini 14 full auto. So
AC 556 is a pain. Like full autoing a Mini 14 is a pain in the ass.
It's not
easy.
It's not the easiest one in the world to do.
You actually have to cut at the receiver and bolt on new things. It's a pain.
This will be fun enough like it is. The Mini 14 I have has a shorter barrel, so
nice.
it ought to work pretty well.
The one I have needs to be cut down. It's got an 18-inch and it needs a good chopping.
Yeah. I think this one has a 16-inch. It's got it's like in a commemorative NRA stock. No, don't start the hate. Start the hate. The hate is strong with you.
What? I think so you can't use a commemorative NRA stock, man.
I'm taking that bitch off.
Yeah, you got to re-chisel that. Make it a GOA. Make it a commemorative GOA.
That commemorative NRA stock's going on the chopping block.
All you got to do is change the N and the R to a G and a O.
I'm selling that biatch if anybody wants it. So.
Oh, really?
It's actually a Hogue stock with that. That they have that soft feel Hogue stock.
Yeah.
Those aren't bad stocks.
Yeah, it's not a bad stock. It's just got the NRA logo on the side of it. So.
Poe Izzy and also Brick says A-Team replica, and Poe Izzy says that stock reminds me of the A-Team. Dun, 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 dun. 80s music, you can't beat it.
Hide behind a 55-gallon drum. Take AR-15 fire.
Right. Lola. You won't die at all.
Oh no, it won't hurt. Not at all.
You won't die at all. Lola says she's reminded me, I'm actually now a life member of GOA, by the way. Boom. GOA life member, right? Her.
He did the blood sacrifice over the weekend to get his life membership.
Yeah, actually, you could pay it down. I've been paying it down for a while, me and Lola. So
just a little cut at a time.
Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit, every now and then. So yeah, official GOA life member over here.
The stock is not caliber specific.
Correct.
Or it is not. Yeah. The metal on a Mini 14 is the same as the metal on a Mini 30.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay.
Do they make minis in any other cap? Well, they make it in 300 blackout now too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they make a mini. I think they're just calling it a Mini 14 in 300 black. Well, it's kind of cool. I wonder
if you could make an adapter for the mag and go like Mini 14 giant com block and have an AK mag.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
to have a my Mini 30 use AK magazines. It would just make it better.
Yeah. You know who you need to, Walter, you know who you need to talk to about that? China. That's who
Chicom.
China.
Chicom 30. Oh, look at that.
You know who you need to listen. You know who you need to ask about that? China.
Chairman
China. The way he
China.
says.
Yeah.
Chicom
Okay,
30.
I'm sorry. I'm
Chicom
just
30.
cracking up. I was just cracking up about yeah, it comes close. So I was just cracking up about. Did you see the thing where there was the reporter and she was asking Trump a question, and I guess she had the mask on or whatever, but we can see who we are, you know? So she asked Trump something about, like, oh, do you think it's a big deal to brag about this? And when there's all these people dying, and he goes, you know who you can ask about that? China.
China. But you see that reporter that was bitching.
And then she was like, "Oh, are you saying this? Why are you saying that to me? Why are you telling me about China?" Right? So funny.
The one that was giving him a hard time about, I guess, about wearing a mask or something. And then as soon as the news conference over, she took the mask off.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
It's all a facade. It's all. Folks, please
insanity.
don't think the mask is going to save you. The mask ain't going to save nothing.
But there's reporters there that the mask is falling off. You know, the mask is sideways. when she did this, she pulled the thing off to talk to like so that the cameras could get a good. You guys didn't see this video? It's so funny.
As humans, when we talk to each other, we watch the mouth and how it moves and how he's. Right? And a lot of times, that's how you know what somebody's saying that maybe having a hard time with it.
Right.
When somebody's got a frickin' mask on your face, it's like, what'd you say? It's like, it's like, get that thing off.
It's so fun. But by the way, I will just be saying that China a lot. I can't help it. And it's I don't know, man. Someone, I think it was Greg Gutfeld or something I saw on YouTube did a video thing of. It's like, how can you say Trump's trying to be racist when he always says that? He always says China. You know who you can ask about that? China. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do that to you. Along with, I promised Babyface I wouldn't forget this. Last week when Patrick was on, in the chat was Rod Mills, and Rod Mills was remarking to Babyface of how awesome it is looking at Babyface videos. You know, Babyface P. I recommend everyone go over there. And
I got it going on. What can I tell you?
Yeah, but it's funny, Walter. So what was funny is what exactly Rod said, right? So I'm just painting you the picture. So Babyface was on air here with us.
Yeah, right.
And Rod Mills is in the chat, and he's telling Babyface P, he was like, looking at your videos is like listening to smooth jazz on the beach.
No, clearly Hank doesn't watch my videos because I put smooth jazz in them. So it makes a little more sense.
Okay, whatever. Try to be logical.
I think Rob Mills is going, whoop, in the woody.
I was like, why? I need to screen capture this. I need to screen
it's
capture.
Like, this is a smooth jazz. That's
yes,
I could just see Rod saying that.
And so anyway, hey, you know, Rod Mills is awesome. Babyface, I'm jealous. Yeah, that's right. A little bit jealous. So now that's also going to be a thing, just like China. I'm going to be like, you know what, Babyface, you're like listening to smooth jazz on the beach.
Oh God! If you've ever wondered how to tell when Hank hasn't taken his meds today, there's the way.
China.
I know some of you guys saw that as well, and the funny thing was, like, I saw that, and I'm trying to, like, oh, I can't let this go and not talk about it, but stuff just kept coming up, and I was like, yeah, listen, Patrick, I'm not going to forget about this. I hope you know this. This is forever scorched into my brain. You know, he's like scorched earth firearms training. Yeah. Now that's scorched earth into my brain. So, yeah.
Scorcher smooth jazz.
Yeah, so anyway, so when you guys see that being brought up in the future, yeah. Also, every time Walter wants to know why something's, I'm going to go, Walter, you know why? You know why? You know whose fault that is? China. Oh my God.
I would change that to Chicom.
Oh, jeez.
Chicom.
This is so ridiculous what's happening. I mean, just if we're going to talk about politics for a second, I saw freaking Joe Rogan and some other guy, and these guys are some liberal dudes living in California, in L.A., and they were like, how is Joe Biden going to stand up to Trump in a debate?
Oh, that's what these guys said?
Yeah, they're like, how is this going to happen?
It's going to be a bloodbath when they start.
If Trump goes at him hard, Biden will have a meltdown.
Oh my God, Trump doesn't even have to go hard. He doesn't have to go hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the greatest TV ever.
Well,
Yeah, it's gonna be meme worthy.
It'll be interesting to see if Joe Biden makes it to the end.
Think so?
He's the presumptive nominee. Do you think somebody else is gonna swoop in and take it?
I don't know, man.
You think he's too dirty at this point? They're gonna have to do something to change it.
I believe that either Hillary's gonna come in. I think they're trying to get Michelle Obama.
Oh God, no!
Get out of here.
Okay,
They would chew her up and spit her out like.
Yeah,
why do you think they're putting out all these documentaries and everything, man? These people are all subliminal.
I guess her latest little creation documentary thing.
Who would watch that? I don't want to watch that. Okay, I'll rather watch something about Sarah Palin. Thank you very much.
I would too, because she's more enjoyable to look at.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what does Walter always say? Ding, ding, ding.
Swing.
Yeah,
that's what Walter says.
Yeah, where's? I mean, Sarah Palin kind of dropped out of the.
No, I don't think she's doing politics anymore. I don't think so.
Yeah, she kind of dropped off the screen. I mean, she's back home taking care of business at home. I guess.
James Miller says Biden isn't going to be the nominee. Okay. I'm thinking he's a placeholder. Somebody's planning on jumping in here.
But I don't know.
And I think it's Hillary. It's either Hillary or Michelle Obama as a close second. You see, you saw Obama's coming out now and getting into
wait till this whole thing with Russia and spying on everybody is just getting wound up too. That's not going to bode well for the Obama administration.
What else? Absolutely not. The unmasking situation you're talking about.
Yeah. All their dirty, their coup operation. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone was asking me about something about that Trump, some other thing that Trump was saying.
I got like 10 of these that I loaded up. The COVID-19 outbreak, zombie attack.
Oh boy.
Just in case magazines.
Okay.
They're gonna have to get burned up, and not by a fire either. I mean, they're gonna have to get.
Yeah, Walter. One of these days when when you remember that there's this little thing that you used to do called, pulling triggers.
COVID-19.
When it comes back to you, when you remember, when you get tired. When you get burnt out on the mini bikes.
I haven't even been doing that, man.
You haven't been doing any mini bikes?
I haven't ridden a mini bike in a month.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're on a generator kick right now.
No, I got to get back. I got a new set of tires coming for one of them, so there's going to be some videos coming up. So.
Oh, for the mini bikes? Okay.
Yeah. And then I might be involved. There's a group down here that's going to have 100 on their own property. They're going to have like an endurance race, like 100-lap endurance race. And I don't know how big the laps are, but I might be partaking in that.
Oh, okay, cool. Tyven Show says, look up the building that exploded in L.A. It was a hemp factory that was on fire, and the butane tanks blew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was the fire that the firefighters were trying to.
Oh, they were coming out of, and the fires on top of them and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know it had anything to do with hemp, but yeah. That's crazy.
I saw a video. Somebody, a former firefighter person I know posted that video. I was like, oh my God.
The range says it was hash oil. What?
Sheesh.
You have to. So for hash oil, don't ask me how I know all this. When you create hash oil, you use butane. Seriously, you use butane to like cool it or something. So like hash oil makers have big things of butane.
So this was obviously an illegal operation.
I Well, making hash oils
in LA.
I guess
Is that
it's
legal?
Legal in LA. I don't know.
Okay, but it's very difficult in LA to get like actual permits to do any kind of thing.
To do anything, right?
Yeah. So.
Well, except sleep on the street.
Yeah. You could. That's easy.
Or poop
that's
on
really
the
easy.
street. Yeah.
Well,
Shitting in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not gonna create a health hazard at all.
No. Well, somebody brought up one of these things on the internet or Facebook was saying that there's all stuff going on with the COVID-19. Why aren't all the homeless? Why?
You can't. You were like Tourette's with that. You can't let go of that one.
Why aren't all the homeless all dead? They fucking
okay.
They don't wash their hands. They don't. There's no such thing as social distancing.
Right.
Why aren't they all dead?
Because that's what we used to do in the olden days. It's called herd immunity.
I guess maybe they got the COVID-19 antibodies in them or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, herd immunity. Do you think people used to wash their hands when there was no running water and there wasn't that freaking hand sanitizer?
Am I slowly turning into Walter? I think I'm slowly turning.
Oh
into
wait,
Walter.
someone's feeding you.
You got, man. Oh,
I got man. Food.
Eat, youngling. Eat, strong. The force is strong with
the
you.
wife comes in with food. I'm just turning into Walter little by little.
Don't let it get cold.
Yes.
That's a good woman you got over there. That's a good woman.
Right?
She knows She knows the way to your heart.
Oh, absolutely.
Guns, bullets, and friggin' food. There you go.
And Wendy's. Whatever it is.
Is that Wendy's? I don't know. It looks like some kind of fries or something.
McAllister's. No, it's sandwiches.
Oh, McAllister's. Oh, okay. Yeah.
We basically come to the conclusion that I don't have time. She gets off work at 6:30 or 7:30 or 7:45. So by the time she gets home, if I cook something or pick something up, it's going to be cold. So we've just kind of made a pact where on Monday nights, I order something and she just grabs it on the way home.
Yeah. Also,
typically like McAllister.
Yeah. Also, you've been conscripted into Hank Strange's army. So Monday nights don't belong to you, mofo.
Exactly. We realize that.
Don't remind me.
Yep. I'll never get my Monday nights back ever again.
All right, let's change this before Walter gets really upset now.
By the way, are we doing
Don't get me grumpy. Don't get me grumpy, okay? Don't get me grumpy.
What's that, Patrick? What did you say?
Are we doing Monday next week? It is a holiday.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think Lola said she was going to give you guys the day off. You're welcome.
Okay.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart.
You are welcome. Okay, let's put me and let's. Are you okay? Let's see.
Next? Can I tell you about my weekend?
Yes, go ahead. Do you know we are an hour into this?
I know.
Go ahead. Tell us about your weekend, please.
Well, Saturday morning, Chris, who works for me, he bought a truck over in Orange City, Florida.
Oh, wait. Was that a Range Rover?
That was a Rover Discovery.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
In Orange City, which is on the other side of Orlando, past Sanford, right? Mm-hmm. So, because we have this new truck that we bought, and I have a trailer, we got wrangled into. I said, okay, I'll go and help you get it. Yep. So we made a trip to Orange City, drove down through the middle of Orlando, and if anybody's been in the middle of Orlando lately with the interstate like it is, what a cluster. Because it's all under construction.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're pulling a truck in a trailer and you're bouncing around and the thing, and it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. But we got through that. We picked up the truck, came back, going back the other way, heading west again. It wasn't as bad, but we made it back all right. Got him his truck home. That was on Saturday.
I bet you when you're doing stuff like that, you miss Mondays here. You're like, man, hanging out Mondays with Hank is so easy.
I hadn't thought about that, but I'll give it some consideration.
Next time, yeah.
And then Saturday afternoon, I went to the shop and I fixed 2 generators.
Mm-hmm.
The Honda purrs like a kitten. Because I got back from the shop. I got back from the trip. In the mailbox of the shop, there was a carburetor and another part that I ordered on Amazon that I was supposed to use on the trip to pick up the car Saturday morning, but it didn't arrive till Saturday afternoon. I had to get an adapter for the lights for the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up going to a local auto parts store and buying one, so I have 2 of them now. So anyways, yeah, I got the Honda generator running really nice, and I got one of the other ones running pretty good. So, and then Sunday, I honestly, I had good intentions to go to the shop and work on some stuff, but I just didn't make it. So,
okay.
Yeah, I just hung out. Then Will came over and we ate some dinner and just hung out. That's it.
Yeah,
So.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Every now and then you got to recharge your batteries.
I don't know, man. It's hard after I have a day of doing nothing. It's hard to get. It's hard to get
motivated
going
again.
Yeah, I mean, my system's not used to sitting around watching YouTube all day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, you know, and I ran out of things to watch, and then it really gets boring. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I can tell you, I can line up some things right now that you can watch. By the way, SoCal Gunner gave us $10. He says certain counties in Cali put up homeless people in hotels. Then they would buy them booze, drugs, and food, so they stay and wouldn't be roaming around the streets. He says our hard-earned tax dollars at work here.
How I would like to see what one of those rooms look like after these.
Oh God, could you imagine?
Yeah.
There are some people that don't like to poop in toilets, and there's people who don't like. They're scared. Oh man.
Yeah.
This is not...
There's some people that don't like to flush. I can tell
yeah.
I can tell that this building I'm in here. I hope someone.
Oh really?
If you're the person here in this building that doesn't flush, what
murder
is wrong with you?
What? WTF? It don't cost you no money.
What is
Plus
wrong
the
with you?
Toilet. Bitch.
Yeah. The only time I told Lola this, and she doesn't believe me. I told her the only time I've ever seen this is when there's people who they're born with no sense of smell. Have you ever had to deal with anyone like that? There's people born with no sense of smell. So what they do?
No deodorant, don't use no deodorant, nothing.
Well, because if you never had a sense of smell, you don't know that leaving floaters is a bad thing, or so that you should flush. You don't know any of these things.
It's just human nature to know that leaving a floater is a bad thing.
It's not. There's a guy. I know a guy who he never had a sense of smell, and he would always leave floaters. And I was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And he would tell me, "Oh, I don't have I never smelled anything."
That don't mean you don't flush.
If you never knew what the color blue looked like, right? No one can explain it to you. So try to explain to him how this was terrible.
Your waste goes away. You don't want it hanging around. There's a reason your butt's facing backwards.
This person.
It's because it goes that way.
I'm just trying to tell you. Look, I'm just trying to tell you. There has to be something wrong with a human being. Who doesn't flush.
That's why God didn't give us front butts, okay? Because then you'd have to walk into the fart.
Yeah.
What's behind me does not matter.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know how we got on that particular thing. So whatever. But yeah, let me see. I'm gonna pull up a couple of things here that we can get into since we're talking about videos. Walter, you said there was nothing to watch on YouTube's. Check it out. This video went up. Okay, and you should have seen this video. Yeah, you were the star of this video, Walter.
Which one is
that?
The
very star of this video.
Oh, the how it's made video.
Yeah, it's called "Go Big" with a 50. Okay, and basically it's this top secret for everyone out there. This is the how it's made video. We had to, it had to go down and then it went back up. So there's a lot of people asking me like, wait, I think I've seen this video before. So it's the how it's made of this. And look at a young Walter Keller there. This is a really good video. The one thing that we have to explain to people is that these uppers need to be serialized now. Since we originally made this video, the problem with this is that, we had to, YouTube was giving this video serious hate. So hopefully they don't do that now. Look, there goes Chris. Chris is up in the video, showing us a block of
Walter, who was the guy that puts the upper together? Old employee or something?
Robin?
Maybe?
I think that was Robin. That was the British. No, was Welding, Patrick? The guy that was welding?
No, that was
He was an older gentleman that you have like a tube set up and you put one piece and another piece and another piece and then like.
Well, that was
Tony, remember your employee's name.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go back to the video here. The guy who was putting stuff together. Oh, right here.
Weldon?
No, he's putting something. I freeze framed it, so it should show up here in a second.
I can't tell
for
if
you,
he's
Walter.
welding, guys. He has a welding helmet on. I
No,
don't know.
he's
if
got
he's
a-
welding.
Glenn used to be a welder.
He's
retired.
not welding. He's not welding. He's wearing like a green...
Robin used to do assembly work, but that was before the serial number hiatus, we'll call
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
right now, just so everybody knows, I am Glenn.
It's
Yeah,
Glenn. Okay.
Yeah, I remembered finally.
Yeah.
I got reminded
I
by
had to come in and tell you.
I got reminded by the CEO. That's Glenn.
That's so funny when Peggy has to come in.
Glenn used to teach welding out at P-Tech here locally,
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
the trade school, and then he started working for me. Then he finally retired, and he's moved back up to Pennsylvania. And he's got a house out, and he likes to go hunting and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, Robin, like I said, after we stopped making the uppers when we were trying to sort out the serial number thing. I had to kind of lay Robin off, and then he's out. I guess he's out doing something else now. I'm not sure. I haven't heard from him lately.
Okay.
But in the world of 50 caliber uppers, I am running out of barrels at the moment. So
Okay.
I've got to, in the process of getting some more made, but there's going to be a period of time where they're not going to be available.
Okay. So are all the 50s sold at this point? Or
Pretty much the barrels I have are spoken for the most part.
Oh.
So
Nice. That's a good
well, it's
sort
not
of a
that-
good problem to have.
Yeah, if it was 100, it'd be a good thing, but it's not 100.
Yeah.
So.
Someone changed their name to I Always Flush, by the way. I Always Flush says, "Do you like my name?" Okay. And then Klein Knives says, "I never flush."
You would make a good studio partner for Hank if you flush. He'd be very
Oh
happy.
my God.
How about somebody change their name to Bidet Boy?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to move out of this place if that dude doesn't start flushing. And I know,
man.
I know who it is. I know who it is because during the whole COVID thing, this non-flushing situation wasn't going on.
They weren't there.
But now people are starting to come back in, and so now we're back to not flushing the toilets anywhere around here anymore.
Put a sign on the inside of the door that says, "Please flush, man."
Yeah. If you got to put up signs for grown-ass people, the world has ended.
There are some grown-ass men that are freaking disgusting.
Yeah. Decline respectfully says Walter looked jacked in that video.
Jack.
You look jacked, Walt.
Okay.
No?
Whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today was an interesting day when I left, Hank.
What happened to you?
There was a definite odor going around your office when I left today.
Oh.
Because you want to tell that story. I walk out the door and take a left, leave in the office, and I get a whiff of something, and I turn around, and Hank has his head out the window, out the door. We both make eye contact, and he just starts laughing because clearly somebody had brought some weed into that area.
Someone was bunning the ganja. Someone was
Oh
passing
my
the
God.
Some wacky tobacco.
Passing the Dutchie.
It was just perfect because I turn around, Hank has his head out the door, and we both make eye contact and just start laughing, and I was like, all right, I'll see you later. We both obviously split.
Smoking the ganja.
Yeah. There's a lot of craziness going on. I don't know, man. I probably have to find another place at some point here. It's getting a little crazy. Here. Okay, so listen, that video is up. If folks can go check that out, leave comments and stuff like that, that would actually help us out on that video. There's another thing that's up, Walter. If you're bored, here's another place you can check. You can always go to AmmoLand News, and there's actually a Hank Strange article up there, along with a video. It's called Catching Up with Henry Repeating Arms Daniel Clayton Luce.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yes. So Daniel came on from Henry, and he was giving us an update on what's going on with Henry.
So where's the binary trigger?
From Henry? For Henry Rifle binary?
April Fools.
Wait, was that no, that was you're talking about Franklin Armory that did that.
Do you know what Henry Walter?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you know
Henry's lever action. Huh?
I know. That's why I said it.
Oh,
That's
okay. Yeah.
Henry could make
A machine gun.
Well, yes, but I was gonna say they should make it like the old Winchester Model 97s with no floating disconnector. So you just hold the trigger down.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You do know that Winchester made a machine gun from a lever action, right?
They did?
No.
How did that work?
He literally put a flap on the end of the barrel, and that had a linkage going back to the. And when the bullet went out, I don't know if it hit it or if it was the pressure ahead of it. It moved the flap, and it operated the
action.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, that's a historical thing with Winchester.
Yeah.
I'm looking this up. That sounds amazing.
By the way, Night Train says, tell the landlord to install those auto sensor toilets to flush themselves.
Good luck. They can't even get the lights to work in half the building.
Yeah, okay, I can't get
internet
here.
Sorry, I'm throwing them under the bus here.
Yes. And then the cost of this whole thing will really skyrocket. Yeah, so yeah, that would be nice if people would just flush. Come on now. Yeah, here's a helpful hint. While you're doing it, flush. If you're doing it too, flush while you're doing it. Be nice. Courtesy flushes, I say.
Oh, God. Working at home is the best.
Yeah.
I only have one person to blame if there's a floater.
Yeah, but you have internet at home, so...
It's not the dog. I can't blame him.
It could be Buckshot. Could be. I've seen him do some things. I wish he was potty trained.
Okay, Richard Monder says a new Henry rifle will take Glock mags.
Right. Eventually. Eventually. They are tacticalizing a little bit. But anyway, so he came on to talk about what's going on with Henry. By the way, so they're manufacturing stuff in New Jersey and Wisconsin, but they shut down the Jersey plant because of COVID-19. The COVID-19 situation in New Jersey is pretty serious. So there's certain things that are made in that plant that that they're not manufacturing right now, which he was talking about, like the AR-7, the survival rifle.
How do you like that gun?
I love it.
It seems so weird to me.
It's awesome. That's been in a lot of movies, but it's awesome because you could put it in its own stock and the stock floats.
Yeah, I miss
it in a movie doesn't mean it's good.
It is good though. It's a good gun.
It's been around forever, but
yeah.
One time at Knob Creek, I see a guy walking around with an original AR-7 stock. Like an old school one it's almost like fiberglass Bakelite looking.
Who made those?
And I'm thinking, oh, I need that.
Yeah, what was the marking on that, Walter? Was that
probably Springfield Armory, the original Armory?
Was it Armalite? Springfield. Okay.
I didn't get close enough because I didn't get it in my hands because before I could say something, somebody else bought it from me.
Because that's a cool bird right
there.
That would have been
awesome.
awesome.
Be cool to get and put the new gun in it. Boom, But I just he walked away from me.
Yeah.
That's happened a few times there at Knob Creek. You see somebody like, hey, what about... And he's already talking to somebody. It's like, oh, fuck, I ain't getting it.
You just come up and push the other guy. Here's money. Here's money.
Speaking of that, I had a sign on my table one time at the creek that I was looking for military vehicle parts, ferret parts, and all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Guy comes up, starts to talk to me about ferret parts. This other, and I'm going to use the word, this other fucker comes walking up the side and says, oh, blah, blah, and steals my deal.
I'd be like, get out!
I'm the one who put the freaking sign up there. Then he starts talking to the guy and steals my fucking deal. Some people have no couth. They have no.
Yeah. You know what's the solution for that, Walter?
A shotgun.
Ass missile.
A club.
Oh boy.
You stick it underneath the table and you pull the trigger. Boom! And he flies backwards right out of the thing. Oh, yeah. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think we can't. We're stepping on landmines all day with Walter. Everything is a landmine here. Everything's a landmine.
Oh man! Speaking of that, yesterday afternoon I got to catch the last 5 minutes of the last Rambo movie, or the one where he's in Burma. Have you guys seen that? Where he's got the Rambo's in the back of an M37 with a 50 cal and shooting at people, and the bodies are exploding. And
I don't think that's the last one because the last one he was in Mexico or something. I thought.
Oh, okay. Well, it's next to the last one then. Mm-hmm. The best part of the movie, I caught it. I'd never seen the whole part of it, or that last shootout scene. Mm-hmm. People's heads blowing up.
Yeah. The best part of any Sylvester Stallone movie is the machine guns being shot. That's the best part of any movie, Which, by the way, we're gonna get back on movies here. At some point I need to make the review for Bad Boys. We might as well do it right now. I know you guys haven't seen Bad Boys 3, but I might as well just do it right now. Bad Boys 3 sucks donkey balls.
I think you told me that. You told us that before.
That is my review of that movie. I've seen it, and I actually don't want to ever see it ever again. It was horrible. They really jumped the shark in that movie, and they ruined it. It started out interesting and funny and cool and all that kind of stuff to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence back together again. But it just went so off the rails. Who's seen it? I think we do need to put together a panel here and have, like, whoever's seen it come on and we all talk about it. But I'm telling you right now, I don't like it.
I think I saw some of the previews or whatever, and it looked like it was a CGI fest.
No.
Yeah. I mean, some of the driving stuff and all this stuff is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking do that.
Let me give everyone. I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds to tell me if you don't want spoilers. 30 seconds. I'm gonna give you. And if people say
you
no
cannot
spoilers,
spoil to people.
No,
this is how you get rid of people watching.
Okay, we can't spoil it for you guys.
Some poor dude watches like, no, don't spoil it. Don't ruin it for me, please. Hank.
Okay, I guess that's it. We can't do spoilers, but
I don't care, blow it.
Yeah, I don't care either. I'm not gonna watch
Poe
it.
Izzy said spoiler. He said no. Poe Izzy said no. Spoiler alert. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys another week or so to get your acts together and check out this movie. My recommendation to you is rent it or bootleg it. But we have to do it. We have to actually do the follow-up to that, but I was very disappointed. Check Your Six says, thanks, Hank. This was the one movie. Yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed about it. But I'll give everyone a chance to get a look at that, and then we'll come back and I'll do that.
It'll take a while for me, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna watch it.
It'll take a while.
We do really need to do it. Let's see what other. Okay, the Senate. This is on the Truth About Guns. I'll throw this up here. We'll do some gun stuff here. Ghost gun ban. Senate's new improved Untraceable Firearms Act would ban all homemade guns.
That's unconstitutional.
Yeah, unofficial Congressional Civilian Disarmament Caucus co-chairman Senators Chris Murphy. Yeah, this is written by Karl
Marx?
No, Karl Bussjager. I'm guessing that's how you say his name.
Tongue in cheek is what he's going for the name.
Yeah, he's going for tongue in cheek. Yeah, exactly. Unofficial Congressional Civilian Disarmament Caucus.
It feels like it sometimes.
Yeah. Chris Murphy and Richard Blumenthal, both Democrats from Connecticut, have introduced the as yet unnumbered Untraceable Firearms Act of 2020. At first glance, it resembles Rep. David Sicilian's H.R. 3553 Untraceable Firearms Act of 2019, which has been stalled in the Subcommittee on Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security since August 2019. But the senators are opportunistically using the COVID-19 outbreak to push their gun-related scheme. Both bills purport to ban ghost guns, which the bills define as unserialized firearms and 80% unfinished frames and receivers. But there are some notable differences. The HR 3553 defines the frame or receiver as part of the firearm that can provide the action or housing for the hammer bolt or breech block and firearm mechanism. That's in line with the current definition written into law. The senators, I'm going to just move down here. The senators, however, have obviously taken note of the very real legal issues with the ATF difficulties applied the legal language of what constitutes a frame or receiver. The Senate bill redefines them as part of a firearm that provides or is intended to provide the housing for the trigger group, regardless of the stage of manufacturers, defining the banned parts as what holds the trigger mechanism, sidesteps the title problem of AR lowers not meeting the definition. So basically here, they want to go to everything, even 0%ers.
It's a piece of metal.
That's untenable. Yeah. So I can't go online and buy a block of aluminum if my intention is to mill it myself?
Oh, you have bad ideas.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm sorry for the thought crime, everybody.
I got some news for these folks. most of your weapons design, a lot of it comes from people just making stuff?
Yeah, how are we gonna get stuff invented?
It won't happen.
And a lot of times before there's any license or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about that. They don't care about that. They don't care about that at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all whores.
Yeah, I think that they just want. Look, we made a piece of plastic, the bump stock, a machine gun. So, and if that's allowed to stand, they can make anything. And yeah, babyface, if you have a block of metal, and they think that your intention was to make an AR out of that, they'll lock you up, put you in the gulag.
Philadelphia Patriot. I'll call my ghost gun Patrick Swayze.
Don't.
There's your movie stuff.
Oh boy, boom! There's your dinner.
There's your dinner.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, that sucks. Everyone needs to be vigilant. Vote.
Who are the two people that introduced this?
Democrats from Connecticut. Who was it? Chris Murphy and Richard Blumenthal.
Blumenthal.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, Connecticut, wake up. I mean, you've been neutered already, so now they're gonna sew your asshole up too. Come on, you've been neutered already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything's gonna be a crime in the America these guys are pushing for. So,
well,
you know. On the flip side of that, here's some good news. Oklahoma now has the nation's first anti-red flag law.
Can I throw something out there real quick before you move on?
Yeah.
For anybody curious, Chris Murphy, 202-224-4041. Mm-hmm. Just so anybody, that's his phone number for his office. It's public record. There's nothing wrong with that. For anybody else that's curious, let's see. Richard Blumenthal is 202-224-2823. Just some phone numbers. You can, when this goes back up live on YouTube, you can just scroll back to that and get those phone numbers again. Mm-hmm. Just throwing that out there for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? Nothing. Connecticut, man. I've known Connecticut's
the home
on the
of freedom.
On their license plate, it says the Constitution State.
The home of original freedom is now.
WTF over on you guys in Connecticut? Come on, man. Mossberg, Cole.
Well, not
just
anymore.
Sitting there being quiet, taking it in the backside, taking an ass missile in the backside.
Colt is definitely taking an ass missile.
There's companies in Connecticut still, but yeah, man, Connecticut is just destroying itself. It's just really destroying itself. And there used to be a lot of manufacturing there, and there still is. I know in some cases it's really difficult and expensive to get all that equipment out of Connecticut. But I would say this: if you don't get it out, the state that you're in is destroying the business that you're in. If you believe in the Second Amendment, you got to stand up and get into that. So
Colt is too ingrained to ever try to. They're never leaving Connecticut, unfortunately. I wish I could eat my words. I would love to see them tell Connecticut.
Yeah, but they keep getting reduced, right? They just keep getting reduced down to nothing.
Oh, Colt's gonna be a name for sale in 10 years if they're not careful.
Both once the guy comes.
Watch what you say; it might come true.
Yeah, who's gonna buy them, Walter?
Who's that?
Freedom.
China.
Oh God.
You know one thing I always say about that. Say like, for example, Chinaman. He come by here. He come by factory here, right? Mm-hmm. You can't take it back.
No.
You can't pack it up and take it back. All the government's got to say is, bye-bye, Chinaman. And
that's why whenever I hear people that are like, oh, I'm going to go buy property down in South America. It's like, what are you thinking?
Bye-bye, Yankee dog. See you.
I think a lot of these companies, they don't. Well, China doesn't really care. All they want is the rights to these names.
All they want is technology. That's all they want.
Yeah,
they don't care about rights and names. They just want stuff they can use in their own stuff.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think that China is building all kinds of cities that are duplicates of American cities.
I'm sorry, who's building that?
China.
Thank you. Okay.
China.
Just making sure.
Man, this is going to be a bad game.
For going China.
It's going to be a bad game. It's a bad game. Listen, I'm Asian, YouTube overlords, so don't even try it. Don't make me pull my Asian.
Did I spell it right? Is it CHYHNA?
Kind is what you just spelled. CYHNA.
No, I'm not. I'm feeling it's like Trump's version of China.
Oh, China.
Hey, real quick, before we move on, where did coronavirus come from?
China.
China.
China. And I'm just like a friggin' having a Pavlovian response and answering you.
He's trained in.
Am I spelling it right though?
Yeah. You can spell it however you want to.
It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, you can spell it however you want to.
Let's do that. That's
it's I don't know, man. It's sad to see stuff like that happening in different states. Like Connecticut, man, it's going down the drain.
Yeah.
Going down the drain. Yeah. So the other story I was talking about was what's going on in Oklahoma, and as someone mentioned in the chat, it's not signed into law, but basically Oklahoma could have the first red flag law. So we'll see what comes out of that.
Wait, you said the first anti-red
flag. Excuse me. Red flag law. You know whose fault it was that I misspoke there? China. Maybe.
So in all seriousness, what's their bill like? What are they looking to do?
Okay, so let's go. More than a dozen states have enacted red flag laws. Oklahoma is not one of them. The U.S. Constitution prevents states from nullifying federal laws, but both Senator Nathan Dam, I guess his name is, and Jay Stegall, say they were concerned about the possibility of the federal government enacting such a law or offering grants to states or localities to implement red flag policies. After back-to-back mass shootings in Texas and Ohio last year, some congressional Republicans proposed legislation to entice states to enact red flag laws. Yeah, Republicans. Red flag laws violate the Second Amendment and the right to due process, Stegall said Friday. I find it impossible for any red flag law to respect due process or the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. He said, I have taken an oath to protect our Constitution 7 times throughout my 22 years of service and 9 deployments in the military, an oath that I take very seriously. I will not stand idly by while this freedom has been stripped from us. So... this doesn't go into a lot of details about this. Someone's sending me... Who is that sending me a message?
I just put it in Discord. That was for Walter.
Oh.
We can pull it up in a minute.
Yeah.
That's in the... in our chat.
And not in Discord. That's in Slack. Mm. Yeah, if you want to go look at that. I wish I were further south because I would go buy this tomorrow.
Oh, what are you guys planning on buying? What is this, a gun?
Yeah, it's a gun.
I'm trying to... That's open conversation, right? I get that.
Yeah.
It's a... I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a Browning Auto 5.
Are we sharing this gun with everyone else, or you don't want anyone to buy?
I think it's stupidly cool, and I wish I could drive down to South Florida and pick it up.
What does he want?
It's a Browning Auto 5 with a NIDAR reflex scope from the 40s on top of it.
Oh wow!
How cool is that? That's the original reflex optic.
Like a holo sight almost.
Yep, it's like a holographic sight.
From the 40s. Wow, I didn't see that.
Okay, here, I'll throw this up on the screen for everyone so they can
It looks like a Seymour. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I think that's probably where Seymour got their idea from.
You mean feed me, Seymour, feed me? No?
No.
Because the NIDAR was the first.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really neat.
So this is an old school red dot?
Yeah, basically, yes.
Oh. Okay.
World War II era red dot. Let's call it that.
Wow.
But yeah, it's way down in West Palm Beach, and
in Green Acres.
Yeah.
Someone out there in West Palm Beach, get up on it.
Hey, Richard Hughes. I will square you $450 if you want to go help me out, man.
Where's Special K? I haven't seen Special K in the chat.
I will get a check in the mail. I'll send some cash if you want to help me out.
Oh man, you really want that thing.
That NIDAR, you can't find those old scopes.
So it's not the gun you want the
Auto 5 is cool. It's the optic that is really cool.
That looks like a 3-shot Auto 5 too, which is I might be mistaken. The ones that have the small on the end of the handguard, the small nut, I think, are the
Yeah.
three.
So, James Miller says something seriously wrong when the state has to pass an anti-red flag law that just reinforces what the Constitution already says. Agreed. Decline respectfully. I agree with him respectfully. He says that that article is really short and has very little info. I agree on that. I was like, where's the rest of this? But you know whose fault that is? China.
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 China. You have to say it 3 times in a row. China.
You know who you need to talk to? China. China.
Yeah. And while you're at it, take that mask off too.
Yeah, Jerry Parker, babyface, says it's just a piece of glass with a red dot painted on it.
No, it's not. It's a reflective piece of glass with a red dot painted on the other side, and it reflects It's a reflex sight. It's the original reflex sight.
Yeah.
They're really cool. Come on, I can't be the only one that thinks original.
Night Train says, I bet Tim from Military Arms Channel would dig that rifle.
Don't you dare tell Tim about that, because he's going to go buy it. That's the type of dude that's got money that would go like,
they're fucking your deal.
I know, I should have posted it, Hank.
I know. It's like, what are you doing, man?
I
asked
you.
That.
I asked you.
Somebody is already on their way over there to get it.
Mm-hmm. I asked you first, though.
If anybody out there has a NIDAR scope that they want to get rid of, you let me know. I would love to put a red dot on something. We could put that on a Sten gun. It'd be really cool on a Sten gun.
Really?
It's period correct. Get that, bolted down to a Sten.
Like there's any kind of aiming going on.
With the
Yeah. That's
You're
exactly
my
what,
day, man, with a sight on the gun.
That's exactly what a Sten needs, a way to aim. Not.
Oh, speaking of that, we still got to do the dual wielding Sten gun thing.
Oh, we didn't do that?
No, we didn't do it because they were shooting semi-auto that day.
Oh, right.
I fixed that. That done got fixed. I took care of that bit.
Yeah. Let's go to some different news here. I'm just gonna flip through a couple of these. Okay, Germans protest shutdown even after easing of coronavirus restrictions. What are you saying that people around the world are tired of this?
You mean the Germans, the civilized Germans, the Europeans that are more superior to us, are protesting?
Because I think they had enough. I think they had enough. And guess what? Germany is not China. So,
China.
What?
I wonder how far the Germans can be pushed before they. I think we found out about that in 1937.
The Germans are being pushed right now pretty hard. Aside from Corona, but they've been put on the immigrant thing. They're getting pushed pretty hard. Yeah. I think eventually you're going to see some German push. You're going to see some European pushback, and it won't be probably very pleasant.
Have you seen the Germans calling the Poles like heathens? Well, they did that before, but
the Poles are the only. Poles and the Czechs are one of the only smart ones out there.
They're the ones that are standing up to it, yeah.
Yeah, they're not letting any of these miscreants into their country. So.
And but the Germans are like, oh, that's disgusting. How dare they?
In Florida news, Florida police break up massive block parties. Officers pelted with glass bottles and a bar stool.
Is that down south?
Yeah, a massive block party over the weekend in Florida turned violent after police officers were pelted with glass bottles, a bar stool, and other objects while arresting 2 men seen exchanging a firearm.
Where was this at?
This is at a big block party taking place. Hold on, I'm getting to it here. The incident, some of which were captured on video released by police, unfolded early Sunday as the Volusia County Sheriff's Office was trying to disperse a crowd of around 1,500 who were blocking streets in DeLand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not where I thought it was. It wasn't down south.
Yeah, Volusia County. So, oh, yeah. People, kids out there.
You know what?
I think a guy accidentally shot himself or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Typical
Florida man stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, just leave the people alone.
Yeah.
Just leave the people alone.
Yeah. Now, this next thing is not a Florida man story, but it could be. It could easily be. We could claim these people in Florida. A man who wore a watermelon on his head while stealing from a convenience store has been arrested.
That should be a Florida man. That absolutely should be.
Where was this?
Hold on, let's see. A pair of melon heads, yes, actual people with watermelons on their heads caused quite a stir after they used watermelons as face masks to allegedly steal from a convenience store in a small Virginia town.
And that's what happens when you get a disease from China.
Where
China,
from?
China.
There you go.
China. The duo pulled up in a lifted 2006 black Toyota Tacoma pickup truck and entered a Sheetz store in Lucia on May 5th while wearing carved-out watermelons with holes cut out for their eyes, according to the Lucia police. Yeah, this is so crazy.
You know, all you had to do is walk up to them and bash them in the head. They can't see on the side.
Yeah.
What is this?
What?
New York Giants, Seattle NFL players wanted on armed robbery and assault charges in Myanmar.
Oh, really?
Myanmar,
yeah.
that's in Florida.
What are you doing? You play for the how much? You have money.
Bored.
Well, you know.
It happens.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I guess it does.
Florida man arrested after attack with homemade ninja stars.
Oh dear.
I protest that. Only ninjas are allowed to make ninja stars.
Who says he's not a ninja? He's a Florida man.
You're on the Florida Man website?
Yeah.
Yeah. The victim stated this is another Florida man. The victim stated that she walked out to the porch and sat down to drink her coffee. At that time, she observed Florida man, described as wearing a red sweater and no pants or underwear, standing by her pool.
Oh dear.
What would you do? I'd be like, it's time for the gun. What are you doing about my pool?
Oh dear.
Eli EDC gave us $10. He says, I listened to CN's podcast this morning. I think it's Colio Noir with Kevin Brittingham. Is a badass who doesn't give a flying F about anyone in the industry, and that is BA. Controversy brings money. Look at Hollywood. There you go. So, there you go.
That's pretty true, Mr. Bullshitter. You can take him out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of him.
No.
Oh, is that Robin? When you're making $3 or $4 million a year,
And then robbing a place
or
like
$10 million a year, yeah, but you got to still play like you're in the I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
I don't get it.
You can very easily run out of that $10 million, by the way, and you're not actually getting $10 million. Walter,
my boy just need to buy some clothes, some shoes. I mean, it's like, come on, man, stop it.
You know who I blame for this, Walter?
Who's
China.
that?
China.
Oh,
China.
just making sure.
I'm sure glad it's China now, not the Russians. Everything was the Russians before. Now
they're still on the Russians.
They'll wear that thing out. Elsie's already gave all the blood she's got. Come on, man.
Oh,
We're trying to get bone marrow out of Elsie now? I mean, what's the deal? Come on.
Yannick Stoner says, my Damascus steel machete just showed up in the mail right now. It looks awesome.
Oh, cool.
What? Damascus?
Cool.
Yeah. Very nice.
And on that note, we'll pull out the cheap Pakistani.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I mean, we know from videos that those things work. That's the dark joke.
Yeah. And you know where they actually made that, Walter? China.
Maybe Pakistan man has deal with China man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure, if I ever try to get a visa to go to China, I don't think I'll probably ever get one. But
Hank
might
not allowed over there.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to go to China because there's lots of cool stuff to see. But
yeah, I'd like to go to China myself. Why not?
And this ain't a thing about the Chinese people either. It ain't the people's fault. It's the freaking government's fault. So the Chi-Coms.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's some amazing places all around the world, including in China. So here's a quick thing. I'm gonna put this up here. I don't know if you guys saw this. Where's the headline here? It says, Detroit priest uses squirt gun to spray holy water on parishioners as they socially distance. A priest's unorthodox way of administering holy water to his parishioners who are social distancing has become a sensation online. And then there's pictures and everything of him. So people are driving up and he's squirting them with the holy water. If you are a vampire, don't drive up to this.
Are you gonna expire because you don't go to church and get your sprinkling of holy water? I mean,
listen,
come the fuck on, come on.
Okay, we believe in religious freedom here.
I get that whole thing, yes, but
Right.
It gets to a point where it just gets kind of a little bit silly.
For the people who believe that, Walter, for the people who believe that, first of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with them doing it, even if it's going in the car. We've seen people like in was it in what state was it? Mississippi or something. Anyway, someplace they were arresting people or giving people tickets, in the car because they were trying to go to church.
Listen, the only answer here is the squirt gun's not enough. You need one of those super soakers.
You need a fire hose
with the backpack and everything. Like you pump it up and just
yeah.
You get the whole crowd. Everybody line up.
That's right.
That's what that COVID-19 preacher would do.
See, you're doing it now.
God.
COVID-19.
That's what that guy would do. But no, listen, I'm okay with people need to have a thing, man. They need to have their things. They need to believe in stuff.
I get it.
They need to commune.
But just that whole squirt gun thing just makes it kind of silly, I think.
Hey, it's working though. It's allowing you to distance.
If it makes you feel good, then go get squirted.
Yeah.
So.
Who gets squirted? Yeah. Well, I better watch who you tell.
The strip club is also going to do this.
That's right. You could get plenty of liquid there.
Yeah, what's that? Ski?
Oh, God.
Excommunicado.
Yes.
For Walter, that's accounts payable. Walter, you are excommunicated. Is this freaking John Wick? You are excommunicado. I don't know if anyone gets that. That's what happened to John Wick. He got excommunicadoed.
Spoilers! No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that about John Wick. So.
Where you Unix Stoner? Where you buying the Damascus steel machetes from? Where are you getting them? That's a question for them.
A Damascus. So, has there ever been a Damascus steel kookery?
I'm sure, yes.
Yeah, Damascus steel is cool if it's real. There's some people out there faking the funk on the Damascus steel. Let's be honest, but
I mean, get some of that Mandalorian stuff. Talk about.
Mandalorian's not fake. That's totally real.
That's real, man.
Yeah.
Stop talking about him.
Show just gets it. He says skeet, 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 skeet. Walter's laughing. Walter does not know what this is in reference to. Or maybe he does. Maybe he does. Why you shaking? Don't shake your head, Patrick.
late 2000s rap music.
Walter knows what it means.
The word skeet, yes.
Yep.
And
it's 9 o'clock.
And on that note, we'll just slide right out of here.
No.
Decline respectfully says, look, this virus comes from China. China. I can't even do it. I was going to try to do the voice. Yeah. We make the best memes in America. It's great. It's the best. We get the best memes ever. It all comes from China.
Making respirators. China. We're making respirators.
Yeah. Respirators are actually no good.
That's the best.
We're exporting respirators.
Yeah. Get the biggest, best you've ever seen in the world. Until they start. Go ahead.
In 2 years, you'll be able to buy them on the GSA website for $2.
Yeah.
Those respirators.
Right.
Because their expiration dates will expire and they'll have them for sale.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the respirators are not a good idea. Most people who actually have the coronavirus, that's what kills them.
Well,
okay, I've heard that.
They said 70%.
I've heard that.
At that point, when you're put on a respirator, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, some doctors now are not putting people on there. They're letting them recover without it.
I've heard that the positive pressures potentially makes COVID worse.
You really, really, really got to know what you're doing when you start doing that stuff. So.
Yeah.
But guess what, Walter? We don't know what we're doing. Well, we don't know. We're guessing. All of this.
Yeah,
everyone's guessing.
When the governor of New York puts sick people in nursing homes with other people that are not sick, and they kill five or 6,000 of them. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, but Governor Cuomo said no one should go to jail. No one should go to jail.
No problem, Governor Cuomo. You killer, you. I mean, no
Governor
problem.
Homo.
I didn't say
don't
homo.
Don't do it. Yeah.
I said Como, whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this. The PSA dagger got announced today.
I don't think it got it. It's been announced in SHOT Show.
They actually have a name for it, though. I didn't think it actually had a name.
It did have a name, a SHOT Show, the dagger. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a live Q&A with it or something.
Yeah, they did do something with it, I think, on Facebook, and then that's up on YouTube right now. Yeah. And I'm actually working on trying to do a catching up with them, so we'll see if we get that. Sweet. If we make that happen, we'll be able to catch up with them. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock.
Is it 9 o'clock in China?
China.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning in China.
Probably. Are they 12 hours ahead of us? Yeah. This won't go away.
Somewhere in that.
You know what? Let's turn to the man who sounds like smooth jazz on the beach.
So if you go to my channel, every Monday we got videos going live. Live on Mondays. 4 a.m.
You see what he's doing.
Today we did. Today we had the Hudson H9 suppressed, and it was pretty smooth. It was very smooth. If you want to see more, it's youtube.com/babyfacepete.
Someone commented on that thing, and they said it's basically a Tokarev pistol. So
what? Please say that.
Somebody commented on your thing. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Do they have any idea how Tokarev works?
Oh my God! Also, Babyface P is. You know what? Babyface, did you hear about the bullpup kit for the Hudson H9?
Get out of here!
He is so obsessed. I've actually never seen Patrick so obsessed about a gun. He sends me messages at 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Best gun out there, dude. I can't sleep. I figured you're not sleeping either. I'm gonna send it to you.
No, but you're gonna corner the market on this for sure, man.
Somebody needs to.
Yeah, no.
I think I need to transform my Tokarev into a Hudson.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, that would be nice. But okay, so that's the video that went up. You got some other stuff coming up, right?
Yeah, you got always got some stuff. I think I have a Friday Diddler coming out on Friday, and then I got a couple videos planned.
Did you say a Friday Diddler?
You don't even see. You don't watch my channel. You don't even know.
It's called a Friday Diddler?
Because it's just tipping only for a second.
I thought I heard that, but okay.
Fridays are Friday Diddlers because they're the short videos.
Okay.
Just a little dip.
And then I get in trouble. You came up with that on your own. You came up with that.
Yeah, that's fun.
And Armory Nax has just verified what I said. It's 9 a.m. on Tuesday in China.
There you go.
They're just waking up to the craziness.
Yeah, make sure you check out Babyface P. I think at this point, Patrick is going to be able to make some kind of kit or something for this Hudson. He's that obsessed.
We got to go for the market. We can't put all of our plans out there.
He's that obsessed. Yeah,
that's right. We don't listen. I already gave away that shotgun that I want. Keep waiting.
Walter, okay, fine. Walter, how can the people?
Yes, sir.
How can they find you in China?
And I guarantee there's nothing smooth on our channel.
Yeah, Walter is all macho and loud and aggressive.
Grumpy.
No
smoothness.
Grumpy.
It's not about being grumpy,
bitch. Yeah.
You can come to safeterrorfirearms.com. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram, Safe Terror Firearms. There'll be no smooth jazz on either one, but I'll have to do an IG one with some smooth jazz and some mini bikes on Dirtfoot Racing for sure. That's a good idea, though.
Yeah. I believe Babyface should go for that ASMR thing. You know,
I got the microphone for it. I can do it.
Yeah, start talking all smooth. Just look out, man. If a lot of brothers start liking that, you're gonna be in trouble.
God.
Going to weddings in Miami, just be careful, man. Just be careful.
You had to go there.
I did. Yes, sir.
You had to go there. Jake Delahome says Trump admitted he was taking hydrochloroquine. Yeah, hydrochloroquine SP today.
They got to take hydrochloroquine and zinc, and then the erythromycin.
We already know those guys have the vaccine over there. We already heard it on the open mic. So whatever.
You see that on the last thing, you see the stock market was up 900 points today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who says it ain't gonna recover? You crazy as a motherfucker. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's today. But I think of course, it's gonna recover ultimately. Yeah, I believe that. All right, listen. Let me drop the end. We're not out here yet, but we're almost out. Boom. Make sure you guys go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list, go to Lola's deals as well. That's where Lola's posting all the dealios, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. Okay, and maybe tomorrow we'll be live from where? China. We'll be live from a gulag, a slave camp.
You'd be in a labor camp in Manchuria. That's what
exactly. Thanks to Walther Arms for sponsoring the show. We appreciate that. Thanks to Babyface Pete and Walter Keller from Safety Harbor Firearms for being here. Who's got the final words? Good night to everyone. Final words here.
Good night.
Blame it on China.
China.